Hey guys, I hope you're doing well today. A lot of you commented on my last video that you did want to see a life update from me, so I decided to bring it to you today. I talk about a lot of different things in here, so hopefully you guys will enjoy watching and hear about what's been going on with me in the last year. And as for the makeup today, I did do a get ready with me on this kind of olive green look. I don't love how it turned out, but I also don't hate it. I'm going out with some friends tonight and I wanted to throw some makeup on and thought it would be fun to kind of do a get ready with me and a life update at the same time, so here it is. I apologize for the mess back there. I don't have the most aesthetic vanity area or makeup area. It just kind of holds all of my body care, hair care, whatever products, and honestly I need a bigger bin. It's not the most organized, but it works for me. But anyway, we're gonna get into the makeup. Tonight I'm actually going out with some friends. Matt and I are going to a local, it's not necessarily like a casino, but it's a restaurant and it has a bunch of arcade games. They also have slots that are like casino slots. But I wanted to get dressed and look cute, put on some makeup, and I don't know if I'm gonna wear this shirt, but I do wanna go for more of an olive look today because I've done a lot of neutral looks lately and I feel like olive is still kind of like a pop of color, but it's still pretty neutral. So I'm gonna give myself a good base. I already primed my eyes and set it with a powder, and I'm gonna put some of my NYX cottage cheese on my lid. So I'm just gonna blend this out with my finger. I apologize if I flip you off, don't mean to, but this is always just the finger that I use to blend out my base. My JD Glow shadows are getting old, so I'm gonna go in with this shade called Fairy Acid. It is a very sparkly olive gold shade. It's not really green, but it definitely is more on the olive side, but it has a hint of gold glitter, and I think it'll look super pretty for this look. I zoomed you guys in a little bit. So thank you guys again for being so patient with me as I post inconsistently. YouTube really just turned in quite a bit of a chore for me, and I've wanted to post more lately. I've gotten the urge to, and I do post on my horse channel more often just because, I don't know, I find that content for me just a little more enjoyable sometimes, and I can learn a lot. I can learn a lot for beauty too, but horses just are very therapeutic for me and just something I love and always have since I was a kid. And I really do enjoy my equestrian horsey channel, but I just got burnt out on the beauty videos for a while. And throughout the pandemic too, I just didn't wear a ton of makeup, and I would buy makeup here and there, but it wasn't as fun. It just wasn't as fun as it was in the past, so I got pretty burnt out. My views weren't great. I was losing subscribers every time I posted, and I just got really frustrated because I do make a side income from YouTube, but it's not a whole lot. I get paid like $100 every couple months, honestly, depending on how well videos do. But it just wasn't making me happy like it used to, so I decided to take a decently long break from it, but I do want to start posting a little more often now. I'm going to work on blending this out with Wake Up Call from ColourPop. This one's really old too. I'm hoping to finish it this year. I don't know if I will, just because I'm not wearing a ton of makeup these days. I am wearing makeup every day, but it's a very minimal amount. And that'll bring me into my first topic of my life update, is that I finally got a new job, which is really exciting. I was at my previous company for 5 years, and I do really like the company that I did work for, but I just didn't get a ton of pay or promotional opportunities, and I've been asking for a while and just got a bit frustrated, so I decided to move on. This one unfortunately isn't remote, but I do have the option to work from home sometimes, so once I get more established in my job and more trained up, then I will ask about doing remote at least once a week, and we'll go from there, see how it goes. But I do miss working from home, but it is nice to be in the office too. So I've been wearing just a very minimal amount of makeup each day. I do get up around 6:30. I have very flexible work hours, so I could get up later if I want to, but I like getting in a bit earlier so I can end earlier. But typically I'm just too tired in the mornings and I just throw on some mascara, but some days a week I will put on a full face or just my eyes. But mostly it's just mascara. I'm not in love with how this looks. I think it will come together in the end, but it's looking a bit muddy right now. But I'm hoping once I add this green, this is from the ColourPop Boudoir Noir palette. I'm gonna add the olive green shade in Late Text. So I started my new job mid-July. I'm about a month and a half in right now, and I really like it. My team is nice. I like the flexibility that I have even though I'm not currently working from home. Again, I do miss it, but it's kind of nice to go in the office. I like having a routine. I do miss the comfort of working from home in my pajamas daily, but then again, I wasn't super happy in the end at my previous job, and I'm starting to feel a lot less burnout here. And as for the type of job that I'm doing, I work as a quoting specialist for my customers, and previously I did supply chain operations, logistics. I worked for a third-party logistics company who we handled freight for other customers for, and I'm working in more of like the manufacturing side of the supply chain industry as opposed to like handling the freight, although I have handled some logistics freight things here and there at this current job, but I do really like it so far. That's a pretty big life update for me. I had, like I said, worked for the same company for 5 years. They were my first job out of college, and I'm excited to be doing something new, and thankfully the salary is a bit better, so that's definitely a perk as well. You probably noticed I'm not wearing my ring right now. Maybe you didn't because I'm really bad about noticing that stuff, but this is just because I hate doing makeup with my ring on, but also I'm not the best with wearing it. Judge me if you want, but I don't wear my engagement ring everywhere I go. I try to, but sometimes I forget. But anyway, speaking of that, I did end up getting married recently. Courthouse married, not like wedding ceremony married. Matt had quit his job and decided to pursue photography full-time, and he needed health insurance. We were engaged for a year as it was anyway, and we were hopefully getting actually married soon with the ceremony. Not that legally married isn't technically married, but I think you guys know what I'm saying. I'm adding a bit more of the JD Glow shadow on my lid. I'm honestly not loving how my makeup looks right now. I think it looks a little bit muddy in the blending, but I don't really care that much, so I'm just hoping some liner kind of fixes that a little bit. Technically, as of May 21st this year, I am a married woman, and hopefully we'll plan an actual ceremony sometime soon, but we had a really good time with friends and family. So I'm gonna go off camera and finish up my eyes. For the most part, I'll do my lower lash line and my inner corner once I put my face makeup on, but I know my liner and everything will take a lot of time, so I'm gonna be right back, and I will start with the face once I'm back. So I just finished my brows. Well, I gotta throw brow gel on, but I do it after I put my face makeup on. I threw a brown winged liner. It looks pretty much black, but it's brown, and then I threw some mascara on and blended out a little bit. Looks a bit better. It's not my favorite look, but it'll have to do. I had already moisturized before I started this video, but this has been my absolute favorite primer lately. This is the Revolution Fix and Glow Ultra Glow Makeup Primer. It kind of is like a pinky champagne color, and it has a pump. Makes it really easy to apply, and I like to mix this with my foundation too because it does come out with like a glowy, lotiony consistency, but it's super pretty. Again, with the middle finger, I'm sorry. I just realized I have tons of glitter all over my face, even though I did try to take some of the fallout away, but this is just so pretty. I just rubbed that in with my fingers, and I sprayed myself with my Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray. I know the Mario Badescu stuff's controversial, but you can pry that stuff out of my cold, dead hands. So anyway, I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. This has been amazing, especially for a tinted moisturizer. I would say it's like medium coverage, and it is super beautiful on the skin. And I'm going to mix some of that primer in with it. I'm just going to dot it on my face really quick. Now that I look crazy, I'm going to start blending this in. But that is mainly all of my life updates. I'm getting a new tattoo soon to kind of represent Matt and I's marriage. I'm getting his birth flower, either a honeysuckle or a rose on my finger, my left ring finger, which will be this one. Sorry for the mirror in your face. He has my birthday in Roman numerals on his finger, and we both love tattoos. Wanted to do that because we're both not the best about wearing our rings. I'm pretty bad about it. I don't try to forget. It's not like I don't want to wear my ring, but I'm just forgetful. And I'm kind of weird about jewelry. I don't love like rings on my hands. I only keep my earrings in full time, and that's the only jewelry I wear on a daily basis. May not be everyone's thing, but I am perfectly happy with that. and we will have an actual wedding eventually. I would like to check out venues this year. Life just been getting in the way, and honestly last year wasn't the best year for me anyway, because I was really stressed out with my job. Matt was stressed out with his job, and I had two really bad losses for me and just a very bad grieving time in November last year. No pun intended, I've talked this to death since it happened last year, and I don't really want to get into it. I've talked it a little bit on my horse channel if you want to check it out and kind of put two and two together, but last year just wasn't the best for me, and I'm happy this year is just a bit better for both Matt and I. I look crazy because I still haven't blended in my concealer, which is basically my tinted hydrator from Wet n Wild. I did get another tattoo, and this was for my horse Sassy. She was one of the losses that I had last year. Again, I don't want to get into it too much, but I decided to get her tattooed on my arm, and I love it. It's very black, so it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I really like it, and it means a lot to me. Not that I think tattoos have to have meaning, but that one just happened to. I just finished blending my base, and then I set it with some powder. So now I'm gonna go in with bronzer, and this is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and this is the light one. I'm honestly not the biggest fan of the color on this one. I do think it's a bit too warm for me, but it blends really well, which I love. It's just not the best color for me in my opinion. But I think those are the main life updates that I have. I got married, got a new job, and had some unfortunate things happen, but also, like I said, those two really great things. I got another tattoo, I have another one scheduled, and my new horse Tipsy's been really great. New isn't, I got her a year ago, but she's been settling in and she's really awesome. I love her a lot. And hopefully Matt and I will get a house in the next year or so. I'm hoping sooner because we've been in this spot for, I think this is the 3rd year we're living here, because we moved in right as COVID started in March 2020. And I would like a bigger space because then we can just have more space to ourselves. But I also want to get either another cat or a dog. I would love another fur baby in the house, but right here where we're living now is just not the best spot for it. For blush, I'm going to use my Wet n Wild Hello Halo Blush Later. This is in the shade Flash Me, and it has these two beautiful shades. The one is lighter, and I think this is more shimmery. I'm going to use this as my blush. I will maybe top it off with a darker one or mix it together, but I'm really enjoying the lighter shade. And I've just been going hard for Wet n Wild lately. I know they're kind of iffy with their cruelty-free status. To be honest, I've been a lot less strict with myself on it, and I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I do try to buy cruelty-free all the time, and they are cruelty-free for the most part, but I think some areas they're a bit of a gray area. But I do try my best. Sometimes I do slip up, and sometimes I'm just not perfect. And no one is, so please don't give me hate for using Wet n Wild. For my highlighter, I'm gonna go in with this Revolution one. This is their highlighter reloaded and raised the bar. It's kind of a baked formula. It's more gold, but it also has some champagne bits in it. It's more natural than the highlights I used to go for, but it's still fairly intense depending on how you build it up. But it's very pretty. My camera's dying, so I had to kind of finish off some things off camera. Went on a tinted lip balm and mixed with the regular lip balm to kind of sheer it out even more, but it is from Undone Beauty. I believe it's in the shade Gosh Garnet. And I just threw on a little extra mascara, curled my lashes, and I put some on my lower lash line, and I just put an inner corner highlight in. I didn't do any eyeshadow on my lower lash line just because I am lazy and I don't feel like it. So this is how the look turned out. It is not my absolute favorite, but I do think it's pretty. It's kind of great for transitioning into fall. So that's what's been going on with me in the last year or so. Lots of ups and lots of downs, but I feel like I'm at a pretty good spot in my life right now, and I feel pretty happy, and I am getting that itch again to kind of film and post a little more often. Cannot guarantee I'll be consistent on here, but I'm gonna try to maybe do like maybe once a month or a little more frequent if I get video ideas. But let me know what you guys want to see down below. On my last video, a lot of you guys said you did want to see the life update, so I'm happy to bring it to you guys today, and I really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I also have a horse channel if you want to check it out. It is called C&K Equestrian. I'll have it linked down below. Hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Talk to you later. Bye.